Welcome to episode 145 of Regen Rovers. The European adventure continues today. We're into the first knockout round of the Europa League and we're playing Partizan. We've already played a Serbian team this year. We beat Red Star, of course, and drew against them once as well. Now we're playing the Serbian Partizan away from home in the first leg. I'm also going to show you the home leg and West Ham sandwiched in the middle at the London Stadium. Since you last left me, we've played loads of games. This is the most games I've played between two episodes, but I thought it made sense to get through this point of the series. There wasn't a huge amount to play for in these matches. Lots of league matches in there, lots of cup matches in there, but it made sense to get through to the end of the transfer window and the start of the European knockout stages. So since you left me, we've lost 3-1 against Man United. Jasakovic managed to get a goal in that one. We thrashed Baffin's Milton, hat-tricks from Alan Stewart and Matteo. This was in the Hampshire Senior Cup. Now Matteo's leaving the club at the end of the season. Doesn't want to sign a new contract. Don't blame him. He doesn't have enough football here. So he's leaving on a free transfer. He's already agreed terms with a French club. So he's served as well for 2 full seasons and the last couple of seasons just in the Hampshire Senior Cup and League Cup, etc. So yeah, sorry to see him go, but it's probably for the best. We absolutely, I was going to say destroyed Brighton, but we didn't. We conceded 4 goals, but we scored 5. It was a crazy game. Navarrete with a hat-trick, and their striker, Eden Nelson, should have had a hat-trick, but missed a penalty. So it should have finished 5-5. It was a bonanza, a wonderful bonanza. I'll show you the Navarrete hat-trick. One of them was a free kick goal. Keeper probably should have done a bit better, to be honest. And this was the other one, coming from a free kick, but it was played short. And Navarrete just dancing around a bit. I've got a hair floating around my face. It's really annoying me. Don't know what's going on there. Alan Stewart's played well quite recently. He's obviously scored a hat-trick in the Hampshire Senior Cup. He also scored in this game. He's only 1 goal behind Mark Ball. So interesting to see who will be our striker alongside Navarrete for the rest of the season. 3-2 defeat against Wolves. As you can see, so many goals at both ends of the pitch recently. Mark Ball did score in this one. This made it 1-1. And I thought we were going to get a draw from this, but Wolves turned it around, unfortunately. Where's the goal? I thought that was going to be the goal. It's annoying when it shows a really long highlight. Like, why did it have to show that? That wasn't really important to this goal. It's annoying when you have to skip ahead, but never mind, we'll watch all of this highlight. Jasakovic played it into Navarrete, fed it through to Mark Ball, nice finish, hit it first time. We'll have a look at the Navarrete goal as well. He's on fire, he's our top goal scorer this season. I think he's got 18 goals now. So I imagine he's going to finish top goal scorer for Regen Rovers this year, in his first year for the club as well. But that's why we paid the money for him. It's a quality Spanish forward, and he's repaying his transfer fee. 3-2 win against Luton Town. Remember, playing at Luton Town Stadium, the stadium where we play football. Very bizarre, but we beat them. Duranja, Stewart and Cochrane with the goals. Now Cochrane has left the club. Another player to leave the club. This was his last ever goal for Regen Rovers. He's moved for £100,000, which is hardly anything, but he's our 3rd choice winger. I think it was time to let him go, and he had 1 year left on his contract, so it kind of made sense. No one wanted him for more than that, so I've just let him. He's gone to Millwall. 3-2 win against Newcastle. Van den Broek equalised for us, our first goal of the game in this one. So many 3-2s, so many goals. This was a nice strike. Did kind of go through the keeper's body, if I'm honest. Rios scored a minute later, after a Navarrete free kick was saved. Rios has got 7 goals this season from centre-back. It's incredible, he's a machine. In the end, it was Navarrete that got the winning goal. He's just been so important to us lately. Mark Ball scored some fabulous goals early on in this season, but it has been all about Navarrete in the last couple months recently. But Mark Ball's still picking up assists. It was a cracking finish, but Mark Ball with the assist. And I think he's got the most assists this season, has he? No, Luke Clark has. Mark Ball second on the assist front. Just before I show you the other results, before I forget, we've also sold Kevin Ramirez. He has moved on to Getafe for £1.8 million. I think we've made profit on him. Yep, we have. And I think there's a sell-on percentage, maybe. He's 30 now. He's not been a main player for us since the Championship. No, I tell a lie. He was a main player for us in the first season in the Premier League, and he played plenty of football last season, but mainly off the bench. This year, since we signed Van den Broek and Tarasenko, he's not been as involved. So we've let him go, but we have replaced him with someone else. And I will show you him in a second when we get to the relevant game that involves him. There's a lot of games to show you. This is a long episode, I'll warn you. Long episode because we're playing 3 matches as well. But people like long episodes, and I've got to keep you updated with what's happened. Mark Ball scored in the first minute. We'll just skip ahead to that goal. Let's have a look at it. Nice finish from Mark Ball from a Tusakovic cross. So Mark Ball has scored a couple goals recently, just not been quite as prolific. Tusakovic has had a good season though, I must say. I've enjoyed Tusakovic on the left wing. He's stepped up. Nunez, disappointing this year, has had injury problems as well. Tusakovic has scored goals, he's got assists, he's been good down that left-hand side. 4-0 win against Petersfield in the Hampshire Senior Cup. 2 goals from Stewart, a goal from young Rhys Guppy, and Duranja scored as well. He's been disappointing this year. He's got 1 Premier League goal, 2 goals in Europe, 1 goal in the FA Cup, a goal in the Hampshire Senior Cup. But overall, he's done okay average rating-wise, but just not quite been up to the mark, especially in the Premier League, 6.59. But he's just getting used to English football, I suppose. 3-2 defeat against Man City. Navarrete scored twice in this one as well. I won't show you the goals, but Luke Clark set up both of them. Back to winning ways against Millwall in the FA Cup 4th round. Goals from Alan Stewart and an own goal sent us through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Before a win against Southampton, and new signing Paul Nyanja scored on his debut with pretty much his second or third touch, I think. I'll show you in a second. But he's a Ugandan international, 94 caps for his country, 8 goals. He's played in Denmark for a long time, moved to Fiorentina. Didn't really work out for him in Italy, but I'm hoping it does in England. He's going to be backup behind Tarasenko and behind Van den Broek. But he's a good option to have. He's versatile. He can play centre-back, defensive midfield. He can play anywhere up the spine of the pitch, which is quite impressive, really. I like the look of him. I think he'll be a valuable player for us, and I think a bit of a bargain. 3.5 million. He's worth 7.5 million. 30k a week. Not a bad wage for the Premier League. And he scored, like I said, with pretty much his second or third touch of his Regen Rovers career. This was his first action for the club. Yeah, third touch, I would say. Bashed it in. What a goal. Saved Mark Ball's blushes. He missed a penalty. Someone said I should make Mark Ball take penalties. He tends to take the penalties when he's on the pitch, but he missed it. It was a good save, but still. Is why maybe I shouldn't be letting him take penalties. Tusakovic is the best penalty taker in the team, but then again, he's missed penalties. So it's difficult to know who should take penalties for us. And going into the season, we hadn't beaten Leeds, and we've suddenly beaten them twice this season. Tusakovic with the opening goal. That was, good. I've skipped too much there, but you saw the goal. Clark with the assist, and he also got 2 goals. He's been good as Luke Clark. His second season with the club, had a really good first season. This was a fantastic strike from well outside the box into the bottom right-hand corner, and another man of the match performance from him. And he's our best right winger. He really is. Quality. So let's get on with this game against Partizan then. I presume we're the favourites, yeah, we are. We'll have a look at the Partizan team when we get through to the game. We should be beating them. We really should. This is the team I'm sticking out. Adrian Smith, who's been injured. You may have noticed Macaulay Simpson's been playing. Okoro's played, I think he played in the Cup. Ray Henriquez, Rios, Loader, Matt Smith at left back. Kuz is injured. Clark, Van den Broek, Tarasenko and Tusakovic is the midfield 4, with Navarrete and Mark Ball up front. Now, Alan Stewart has got a very good average rating this year and 12 goals. He's only 1 behind Mark Ball. But Mark Ball's played the harder games. Alan Stewart has played against weak opposition in the Hampshire Senior Cup. 6 goals in 3 games. You can kind of discount those goals. I know Mark Ball has also scored goals in that competition, but I think overall Mark Ball has been the better striker. Then again, you can argue Alan Stewart can only score against the teams put out in front of him, and his average rating in the league is good. So perhaps he deserves to start. He is a quality player. I've had some derogatory comments about him in the YouTube comments, and I've always wondered why, because he's actually pretty good. He's a good Premier League striker in my opinion. Worth a lot of money, and he's physical, he's big, he can finish, he can dribble, he can run. He's good. He's a great asset to the team. But he's on the bench today. So then, Partizan up front. Mitrovic is their top goal scorer. He is a Serbian international though. He's 29, only 3 caps. On the left-hand side, he's got the most assists for them this season. Vladimir Kavcic, something like that. He's actually a striker, but he's playing on the wing. We've got a better team. They're playing a 17-year-old. Not bad for 17 years old. I'm hoping we can get a decent win here, away from home, then go back to our own place. We can put out a Coro and some other players and not have to worry about the second leg so much. But we've got to win this one first. I think I should play the away tactic, really, even though they are a weaker team than us. But I'm pleased with the draw, but we've got to beat them now. We've got to prove that we are the better team. I fancy my chances in this competition. I really think we can go all the way. I hope we can. There's some... Oh, okay. There's Barcelona in this competition. They've got Inter. So two of the best teams playing... On paper, two of the best teams playing against each other. I don't really know what their quality is these days. They might be awful, of course. That was a decent effort from Van den Broek, wasn't it? Wow, this is... I am actually going to go to the home tactic. It's not happening for us. Here we go. 38 minutes on the clock. It's been a pretty boring game. Here's Tusakovic. Knocks it into Navarrete. Dangerous. Has the shot. Comfortable save for the keeper, though. Oh, no. Van den Broek injured. We'll bring on Nyanja. Paul Nyanja. Oh, I don't think it actually subbed him off. Oh, it has subbed him off. I'm going to assertively say, far from pleased, that's fired them up. We need to be better. That was awful. Going to push Luke Clark up. Now, I tend to play wide... People have asked me, why don't you play proper wingers with them push forwards? I like them deeper to help support the defence. When I've played wingers further up, we seem to be a bit exposed. It's okay having one, though, I think. But I think overall, I like having the wide midfielders on winger duty because they're still wingers. They're just starting from a deeper position, supporting the midfield. I think it works nicely for us, and they do bomb forwards anyway. Here's Nyanja on the edge of the box, keeps going. Decent effort, but comfortable save in the end. Well, this is a bit of a shame. I was hoping for more. Maybe I'm going to give Stewart his chance to shine. Mark Ball's not had a good game, so we're going to bring Stewart on. Stewart Big to the rescue. Corner to Partizan. They've not done anything in this game, but they almost go 1-0 up there. Throw in. Matt Smith. Long throw into the box, headed away. And now maybe they can hit us on the break here. Bring him down. Just take the yellow card. Don't know why we didn't bring him down. Here's Pavlovic. Maksic. I do like Serbian names. It's back to... Who's that? Sehovic. Something like that anyway. Oh, Rey Henriquez can't win that header, but Rios steps in. He's been solid at the back for us, and he's been very effective in front of goal from set pieces. Tarasenko. We don't really see Tarasenko get involved in much. He takes the corners, but I think he's solid in midfield, but he's not done a huge amount from open play for us. Here's Nyanja. Rey Henriquez crosses it in. He's certainly not been as good as Dave Barnes was in that position, but Luke Clark puts us 1-0 up with a nice finish. His third goal of the season. He only scored 2 in the last game, of course. He's got all his goals within 2 games. Quite strange, really, but I'm pleased for him. He started to find the back of the net this season. What was their keeper doing, though? Not at this point, but just a couple seconds before, he was going to go wandering. It's like on FIFA when you accidentally get your keeper to come out. One more sub to make. Tarasenko's pretty knackered. I'm going to bring on Charlery in the middle. Just play him as a central midfielder. And it'd be nice if we can get another goal. Another away goal would be very handy, but we might have to settle for the 1, and it probably means I'm going to have to put a strong team out against them at home as well. Perhaps I underestimated them a bit. We've been the better team. They've not threatened, but quite a boring game overall. Luke Clark to the rescue in the end. And yeah, Stewart didn't really do anything when he came on, so it wasn't like he made a difference. Match 2 of the episode then, at the London Stadium. I've made 2 changes. Nyanja's come in for Van den Broek, who has moved to the bench. He picked up a little bit of a knock. He's fit again, but I'm going to give Nyanja his first start for the club. And Alan Stewart has come in for Mark Ball, who's been disappointing lately. It's up to Alan Stewart to try and grab that striker berth. Durange's also on the bench, so he has the opportunity as well. Juan Manuel up front for West Ham as a Spanish international. They've got some quality players, but they've been, I suppose, a little bit disappointing lately. I don't know where they are in the league, actually. Got to watch out for them, though. We've got one eye or both eyes on the Partizan game, so maybe we're not going to turn up today, but hopefully we give it our all. We want to qualify for Europe. At the moment, we're in 6th place. And of course, if we win the Europa League, then we qualify for the Champions League. But if we don't, then we need to hope that we either win a cup or we qualify for the Europa League via our league position. At the moment, we're in 6th place. But it's very tight. We're a long way behind the top 5. That's not going to happen. But we want to try and stay ahead of this pack. West Ham all the way down in 15th, by the way. Free kick, though, for them in a dangerous position. It's crossed in, headed away by Loader. He could have just let that go, really, couldn't he? And instead, West Ham are in a dangerous position, and that's 1-0. Disappointing. Free kick to us, though. Tarasenko to take it. Crosses it in. Loader. Cleared. We're still in possession. We are. Kuz on the ball. Oh, I made 3 changes. Kuz came in for Matt Smith, who's tired because he can't play 2 games in a row. Alan Stewart, decent effort, volleys it over the bar. Maybe I should have gone with the home tactic. It's weird, last year the away tactic was fabulous, and this year I've been reverting to the home tactic more often than not. I'm going for it. We're going home, we're going attacking. Disappointing first half though from us. We've had more shots and more possession, but they've got the goal. Expect to see much better in the second half. I will make a change, maybe? Luke Clark disappointing. I'm going to bring Christian on. He's going to move up. Going to try that and go a bit more direct. We know Alan Stewart likes it in the air as well, doesn't he? Why don't we float the crosses into him? Let's play to his strengths. It's not working. I don't know what to do. This is disappointing. Alan Stewart's disappointing me. I'm going to play the Ranger up front alongside Navarrete. Corner. Tarasenko to take it. Plays it short to Kuz. Crosses it in. It's headed away. Kuz wins it though. It's to Christian. Christian back to Tarasenko. Into Christian again. Are we going to have a shot here? Tarasenko. Kuz crosses it in. Navarrete heads it on and he's just headed it wide. Oh, I've got so many tired legs. Adrian Smith. 15 minutes to go. Just giving possession away. And West Ham, they've had 3 half chances in this game. They've not done much by the looks of things, but they've obviously done something behind the scenes. Oh no! Oh, what was that? It's 2-0. Charlery's coming on for Henriquez. We've lost this game. You've got to aim for the top. Got to aim for the highest accolade possible. And I think the Europa League is the highest accolade possible available to us this year. Chance of Champions League qualification, of course. Kuz crosses that in. I was hoping for some sort of consolation goal there. West Ham they've been the more efficient team in front of goal, haven't they? And here goes Hill, looking to get a third at the death. It's a good block. And offsides is Tarasenko. We're still plugging away here, which is good to see. Charlery into Navarrete. Oh, good tackle by the West Ham player Hill. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a... Yeah, it has been disappointing. Here's Rios. Into Nyanja. Tarasenko to Duranja. Out wide to Sakovic. Crosses it in. Headed away. Partially. Christian. Blocked. Christian off the post. How unlucky is that? And we've lost 2-0. I think we're still in 6th on goal difference or something. Unless there's a late goal in the other matches. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. We've had a decent run of form lately, but it had to end at some point, didn't it? Here's Juan Manuel for West Ham, looking to get a third at the death. Ita, easily tackled by Loader. And we move on to the second leg of our Europa League tie against Partizan, after a disappointing display from pretty much everyone today. So after that West Ham game, we're on 41 points still. 1 goal ahead of Watford in regards to goal difference. And 4 ahead of Wolves, so also on 41 points. Chelsea are behind us. We've had a fine old season, haven't we? We really have. To be 6th after 26 games, considering we've been playing the Europa League football as well, is very impressive. The run-in for the rest of the season in the Premier League, there's still loads of football to play. We're basically 2/3 of the way through. We've got Leicester, Spurs, Preston, West Brom, Chelsea, Liverpool, Palace, Watford, Huddersfield, Arsenal, Man United and Brighton. Lots of tough games in there, of course, but I think we can still finish 6th. I think Europa League realistically probably will get in the way, and maybe the FA Cup as well if we're still in that competition. But the cup competitions are more fun, I think. I'm going to focus on the cups. Ask the manager. 5 questions for you today. First one is from Papagendo. Are you still motivated? Yes. Second question, Sticky Aye. Have you thought about eating puffin? Gordon Ramsay approved these flavour. No. Never. Third question, Stephen Varry. Where do you stand on stuff like alien life and ghosts? The paranormal. Also, have you ever had a paranormal experience? I'm pretty sure there's aliens. I'm pretty sure there's going to be life in one of the many, many billions of stars out there that have multiple planets go around them. There must be something out there. Ghosts? I don't know. Paranormal? Yeah. I've had a paranormal experience. I'm not going to say what it is because some people think it's, it's personal to me. It's personal to me. And some people will think it's stupid and others might think, yeah, but unless you're there, then you don't really know, do you? You can't really explain it. You can't really convince other people. So it's nothing like seeing a ghost or anything like that. I've just had an unexplainable thing happen to me. Maybe one day I will reveal it. I've only revealed it to a few people in my life, very close to me. Jacob Weller has asked, what is Chef's signature dish at the Chesil Rectory, and does he make it for the players when they win? Yeah, he loves making food for the players. What's his signature dish? Probably something really posh, because the Chesil Rectory is really posh, very expensive restaurant in Winchester. It's not baked beans on toast, I can guarantee you that. Probably a nice bit of duck breast with like cherries and stuff, like fancy duck breast. I've not really sold it there, have I? Something along those lines. And the last question today, Daniel Ottesey has asked, what's your opinion on what's been happening with Bury and Bolton? It is awful for the fans. It shouldn't really have been allowed to get to that point. I just think it's awful. But I think Bury now, there's a chance for them to be resubmitted to League 2 next year. There's something going on. It's atrocious. Obviously, Bolton have been saved by someone buying the club, so that's great news for them. But yeah, if anyone enjoys that happening to a club, you're just not a good person, because it's not just the football club and the fans, it's the people's way. There's jobs involved. How many people work at a football club behind the scenes? Just the behind the scenes stuff. There's so many people that work for football clubs and rely on them in their community and just for their way of life and their living. So yeah, it's awful what's happened to them. But there we go. Thank you for your questions. If you do want to ask me a question, as always, use the hashtag ATM in the comment section below. Big day for us then, at home against Partizan. I can't put out a weak team, although I have decided to gamble and played the Ranger up front. I'm giving him a chance. Navarretti's one yellow card away from being suspended. I don't want him to be suspended for the next game, really. But in all likelihood, he's probably going to pick up a yellow card at some point in the competition. So maybe it'd be better for him to get a yellow today rather than missing a sort of semi-final or something. But what can you do? I'm giving Duranja the chance. He's come to me in midweek and said he wants more first team football. So I thought I'll give it to him today. If he proves himself, then great. Rest of the team kind of speaks for itself. Matt Smith has come back into left back. I think he is better than Kuz. I really do. I mean, look at him. My assistant thinks he's better. I think he's come on leaps and bounds just this season. He's 18 now. I'm pretty sure he's improved quite dramatically, actually. Unfortunately, he's not our player. He'll be going back to Blackburn, which is a little bit annoying. I'm sure you probably think it's a strange decision dropping Navarretti for this important game, but I like to make strange decisions from time to time. I think we missed Mark Ball in the last game, even though perhaps he's not played so well. His captain's role is very important. Oh, by the way, he signed a new contract. He's with us for until the end of 2036. His contract was running at the end of the 2034-35 season originally. I've already shown all these players, haven't I? Just have a quick look at some of them again. Goalkeeper. They've actually got a real life player in there, Sehevic, who has been capped by Serbia. What should we say? Let's go for that. We should win this. We really should. We've already got a goal advantage and an away goal, but we've got to be careful, haven't we? We can't be complacent. That's one of the worst things to do in Football Manager. Be complacent. That awful little phrase that comes up. Complacent. Horror. It's been a strange episode. There's just been no excitement compared to that episode where Mark Ball scored a hat-trick against Leeds and scored 2 against, was it Red Star? I mean, it's just weird. We've been so fluid, scoring lots of goals, conceding goals as well, and suddenly it's just the way it goes sometimes. I'm sorry. I was hoping for goals, and For some reason, it's just not happening. I think teams are being a bit more defensive against us. Whoops, I meant to do a team talk. Oh my. Let's get creative. Let's go attacking. Let's kill this game. Let's kill this tie off. Let's get a goal. How is this happening? I don't understand. Tarasenko's not played well. I'm going to bring on Nyanja. Taranja and Ball haven't done anything up front together. I'm bringing on Navarrete. Taranja, you haven't scored in 60 minutes. You've let me down. Maybe I need to give him more of a chance, but... Oh no, what's going on? They're injuring... Why have they injured Luke Clark? This is a shocking game. There's been no highlights. This is... Sorry. It's really been a poor episode. But what can I do? I've got no control. This is... What? We've not had any highlights. I haven't had this on FM19, I don't think. I think this is the first time. We've got a highlight in the 90th minute. Navarrete's through round the back and almost scores. It's tipped round the post. That's the first clear-cut chance of the game. Apparently, there's been 2 half chances. Why didn't you show them to me, Football Manager? It's quite a realistic ambulance, actually, there. I've just noticed. That's not bad. Nyanja smashes it over the bar. Terrible. But we're going through to the next round of the Europa League, unless they score here, which would be awful. It's over the bar. Yeah, we're going through. It was really, really poor. And, I mean, we got some good ratings there, actually. We just didn't see it. We didn't see anything happen. I'm going to say that was a bit of a let-off. It's fired them up a bit. I bet the next episode, the next match against Leicester, it finished 5-4. It's just the way it is. I mean, look at all these goals that you missed out on. And then 1-0, we lost 2-0 and drew 0-0. You saw us score 1 goal today. We conceded twice. But we're through to the next round of the Europa League. And I'll be showing you those games for the rest of the season. Hopefully we can get past the second knockout round. We'll just have a quick look at the results, I suppose. Have a look to see who we possibly could take on. Galatasaray, Krasnodar, Hibs, Copenhagen, Brøndby, Werder, SV Werder. Werder Bremen. Lazio, Valencia, Marseille, Man United, Guamara. They're Portuguese, aren't they? Oh, Inter beat Barcelona. Celtic, Bayer Leverkusen and Leon. I mean, Man United stands out there because they're a very good team in this universe. They've done well. They're probably... Well, they are the hardest team. And Inter probably. But I think it's winnable. I hope we don't get Man United in the next round. They just won 8-0 on aggregate. But, yeah, I think overall we could get to the final. The last 3 winners have been English teams. The last 6 winners, there's only been 1 non-English team winning it. That's English dominance for you. But hopefully we can be the 4th English team to win it in a row. But we'll end it there. Sorry for it being just really disappointing football-wise, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Why is that a saying? The way the cookie crumbles. But why? There must be a meaning. There must be a Wikipedia page on that probably. Anyway, until next time, enjoy FM19. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you very soon.